Peace, family. Hope everyone is having a beautiful Tuesday or whatever day it is as you find yourself watching this video. Today, I was doing my stuff. I was living life. I was having a nice time. And I went to film a video. I went to my local park and I walked around a couple times and I was like, let me just draw inspiration. Let me just get the vibes. What's being called to be said? And a lot of what's on my mind right now is this whole idea of physical sensations and tuning into them. And by tuning into them, do you tune into the present moment? And by remaining equanimous or non-reactive to the physical sensations, just observational, do you allow for whatever those physical sensations are, or emotions or feelings, you allow for it to pass? Because everything succumbs to the law of everything's changing. Impermanence. Everything is following the law of never mind. Everything's always changing, right? Nothing is always staying the same. This has been a lot on my mind. So, I whip out my phone, I go, okay, cool, let me just start freestyling. And I get into it and I'm just going. And I acknowledge the sensation in my stomach. And I acknowledge, actually, as I'm filming this video right now, I the physical sensations that I am able to feel and observe, they are not pleasant sensations. And I guess as I tuned more into my body over this short, like this 5 minutes or whatever it was, as I'm like just filming myself, you can see my flow start to kind of stop, and I'm like, oh, actually, something isn't right about this. Something is not resonating. Something is not feeling right. And I guess this is the power of having a connection to the physical vessel and to the body, and being able to observe the sensations, because they're the truest guidance we have. The body is literally the antenna of vibration, and if we practice being connected to those subtle sensations or those gross sensations, however, whatever they are, if they're big or small, or it becomes all of a sudden quite obvious what to do, because it just feels right, or feels nice, or it doesn't. So I stopped the video and I'm like, okay, I need to stop. This isn't right. And I don't know, I guess I felt a bit like sad, maybe, because I think I went out and I tried to do something, and yeah, it didn't come out the way maybe I wanted or expected it to. And just my mood kind of just dropped a little bit. And then immediately I'm like, yes, physical sensations. What actually are the physical sensations of this moment? Because I'm using the term now, sadness or disappointment, but really those words are just articulating certain physical sensations that we label as these terms, and we have associated those sensations on the body as those words. So I tune into my body, and I'm walking back home, and I just have my awareness on my legs in particular. Well, it's kind of changing throughout my legs, but like my kneecaps, my calves, my thighs, my parts of my ankle, my feet as well. anywhere where the clothing is moving against my skin, that is physical sensation. When we tune into physical sensation, we tune into the present moment. The sensations I was experiencing, even though they might not have been in my leg necessarily, because they were actually in my, really more in my stomach, probably, is where I felt the kind of grossest sensation, the most obvious sensations of discomfort was kind of in my stomach region. So as well as tuning into my stomach, it was mainly as I was walking home my legs. But by tuning into those sensations, my body had full presence. It had full awareness at that moment. There was no aversion or avoidance. And this seems to be something that at the retreat I was at the course, they spoke a lot about. This idea of you can either be in a state of aversion or craving. You're either avoiding certain physical sensation or you're either craving certain physical sensation. And either one of them, you're not with what is currently happening. You're not actually present with the current physical sensations, the current state of reality. And by not being at the current state of reality, resistance is present to what is. And the minute resistance is present to the minute resistance is present within the present moment, you find yourself like, imagine like a big like the cogs turning, like a big machine, a big system, like the cogs turning, and you just jam like a metal pipe in it. You stop the flow of this big machine that's just trying to roll, it's just trying to go through the motions. The minute you avert your attention and you don't wish to reside here, you don't like what's happening, and you want to do something else, you want to distract yourself and blah, 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 blah. You stop the motion of what's going. The law of impermanence. Everything changes. The sensations, regardless of how uncomfortable they are or how lovely they are, they will change. It's a motion. It's an ongoing, ever fluid situation. And for me today, I've been at my mum's place, so I've been with my mum and my sister today. So there was lots of conversation with my mum and my sister, and I felt like I still held space for some awareness of my physical vessel, or my breath. And it was just interesting just to observe how what felt like quite a, I could use the word heavy sensation that kind of felt like I could feel. As the hours rolled past, because it was with me for like hours, the sensation. But it was just interesting to like observe, it's like I held space for it. It's like throughout that time period, it's like I'm here with you, like I'm not leaving you. And by doing so, I know that it allowed for it to like it allowed for it to pass. It allowed for it just to keep on its motion. And a very important thing to add is this equanimity thing. Like, it's like I tried or had the conscious awareness to understand that the sensation I was feeling, like in my stomach or wherever it would have been, it maybe like a bit my shoulder was raised or some tension. It was just to observe it. I don't need to hold no judgment against it. It just is a physical sensation. And this is another faculty in which we can develop, is the ability to hold equanimity. So that's a faculty of the mind, to be able to experience discomfort or pleasure or whatever it is, but not become attached or avoidant to it. It's like almost like a scientist investigating. A scientist approaches these things with pure curiosity, not with... I'm sure there are scientists that have an agenda, but there's no agenda. It's just like, what is this sensation? What are the components to this sensation? Is there heat? Is there pressure? Is there a lightness, a heaviness? Is there tingling? Is there vibration? Can I feel blah, blah, blah? It's like literal, this is what I mean by observation. It's when you go deeper into the actual physical sensation. From what I am experiencing, it feels like you allow it to progress faster. And I'm kind of feel hesitant to use the word faster because it's not about trying to escape what this is, but it's almost like a byproduct. Be here now, be here as fully as you can now, as subtle as you can now, to the deepest of depth. And that will just unfold. It's always moving anyway, but now you're fully here with it. It's just going to do its thing at a more efficient rate. Just again, or on the flip side, if it's this constant deviation of your mind and you don't want to deal with it, then you're just like, it's like you keep on hitting the pause button on something it's already got a path. You just keep on pausing it though, and it just stretches it out. So what might be, let's say something runs its course and it's going to take 2 hours for it to run its course, but you keep on pausing your present moment awareness. Now it becomes 4 hours, or 6 hours, or 20 hours. Or it can become just a cycle that just never stops. And this, what I believe, is when we experience depressive episodes or periods in our life where we kind of overcome with this kind of cycle. And yeah, but I'm gonna pause this here. Very interesting. I know that I'm gonna just keep on saying about this stuff, but I'm feeling very grateful now. I feel very equanimous, and yeah, wishing you guys a lot of love, a lot of joy. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.